I am just donut, excuse me. Trump is on our side. Like when I said Ukraine started the war. Haha, my buttocks. I do not compare. But my balls not big as some people say. Hanging alone forever. Strong man Putin. I feel him right now. It's tough. Haha, it's very hard. Haha, it's very big. Dick in. Oh, no, I mean digging. Tomato. Little green men. It was supposed to end quickly, but Russians are not Nazi. Invader. If he bends down, he will find something inside. Over and over and over again. Join the Soviet Union. I mean Union State. Not the gays. Haha. I am ready to fight for great, little, and white Russians. We will invade and occupy you from west. The President of the United States of America, Panama, Greenland, Canada, Antarctica. Haha. Why all of you are wearing same clothes, with different colors? Did you birth your mother? Of course. We have to. Thank you so much. Did he said thank you? Say thank you. Have you said thank you once? Say thank you. Do you have problems? I finish quickly. Welcome President Zelensky. Please, have a seat. Hey JD, please sit down. Did he said thank you? Not yet. Do you remember my last tweets? I mean my last social truth posts. I called you dictator and average comedian. Yeah, that's truth by the way. He is not holding elections and that's not funny. We have martial law, right now. Yeah, well since you have all the power you can easily make it possible to hold election. So. And you said I am living in Russian propaganda. Like when I said Ukraine started the war, but you have to understand I was saying that because I do not want US and Russia to be enemies. We need them on our side against China, like we did during the Cold War when we got close to communist China, against communist Soviet Union. You know Russians have Manchuria, right? Anyway, we have very fair deal. We are going to be inside Ukraine. Digging, dick in. Oh, no I mean digging. It's very big. Commitment, from US to dry, Ukraine's resources especially rare earth, which is only fair because you need to pay for the weapons and billions of dollars, that Joker gave you without any guarantee of getting it back. Also Europe was sending fraction of money that we gave, but they had Russian frozen assets. So they get their money back but we did not have that. And big thing is all the soldiers dying on both sides, and I have said this thousands of times if I was president this war would have never happened, we would have deal without what your unbelievably brave soldiers have gone through. It was supposed to end quickly, but Russians are not Nazi. Here we are after 3 years, I give tremendous credit to your soldiers and generals, you should be proud. I am very proud. But now we want to get it over with. Enough giving money to weapons manufacturers, since it's all in ruins. Let's spend on construction now, rebuilding so we can do it all over and over and over again. Haha, just kidding. We will be signing on deal after some lunch. Please would you like to say something? Thank you so much, Mr. President. I hope this deal is real security guarantees to our children's and people. Not the gays, haha. And I really count on you, strong man, to put Putin in his place. And I think it was very important at the very beginning of the war, to tell Putin, if he bends down, he will find something inside, because he is, invader. And there should not be any compromises with our territories, but we will discuss it later. I also want to talk about, as you know, France and UK wants to station their soldiers in Ukraine but only if US is ready to back it up. And I also want to bring back 20,000 Ukrainian children, that crazy barbarian Russians, kidnapped and changed their names, and families and God forbid, their identity, gender. It's tough, we want to get it to end, okay? Yeah, of course. We have to. Any questions? Will you provide long-term security to Ukraine? Let me make the deal first. Everyone's talking about security. Security is so easy. Europeans are going to put soldiers there, We have not committed, but we could have security in different form, you know. We will have workers there digging 3 times for rare earth. Yeah, but you could abandon us after extracting resources. And Putin will take remaining Ukraine. That's the plan. I mean, look. I do not want to talk about security right now because last week 2,000 soldiers died on both sides. We are here sitting and talking and people are dying on the battlefield. I want to make deal first. Once we sign deal, Russia is not gonna want to go back. I have spoken with Putin, and I feel him very strongly. They are serious about it. What place in the world history you want to take? And you associate yourself with any famous historical figures. I am far superior than George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. You know I am not joking, right? Haha, just kidding. I do not compare. I am just Donut, excuse me. Donald, doing my job. Zelensky, do you feel like Trump is on your side? Did you birth your mother? What a stupid question. We would not be here if I were not. US has been on our side from the very beginning, and of course Trump is on our side. And when you asked about history, I think if President or when he will stop Putin and bring peace, he will be on this walls, hanging alone, in the frame, forever. Since Zelensky said there should not be any compromises, do you think he will have to compromise, for example do elections? You cannot make deal without any compromises. So I think as mediator he will have to, but hopefully they won't be as big as some people say. Will your legacy will be of peacemaker, who would not lead this country into another war, coughs, China. I declared war, months ago, you know, trade war. Haha. No more abusing America. Everyone's been unfair to US. We do not make things here anymore, so other countries are taking American jobs, and investments. And they make things in their countries and sell it back to us with additional taxes. I seriously hope people will remember me as peacemaker. I am doing this for saving lives and secondly for money, but I consider that to be far less important. Thank you for nice question. And it was leading to 3rd season of World War if we did not win this election, which we did, by a lot. Why all of you are wearing same clothes, with different colors? Do you have problems? Yeah, my girlfriend too, but me is here. Come to Ukraine, and I will show you some real problems. No, for real though. Money issues. We will wear something better than you, after you all subscribe and help reach 4K watch hours, so we can make some money to upgrade. So thank you for watching and subscribing. Will you send more arms, if there is no peace? Yes. But we are looking to finish quickly. Previous leaders lacked conviction to engage in diplomacy with Russia. What gave you moral courage to do so? I love this question. Vodka. Haha. Ha ha ha. Biden refused to talk to Russians, but I want people to stop dying on both sides. Are you committed to Poland? I am committed. To fatherland Russia. No, I am very much. They stepped up. Europeans should too. We pay more, we have ocean in between, they should equalize. Or there will be, European Union of Soviet Russia. How do you envision trilateral peace summit? I don't know. They both have same name Vladimir, but they do not like each other, they are not lovers. I will tell you that much. But we will stop it, I have stopped many wars before they even started. Like some Africans, or when I almost declared war on Iran. And some others. My name is Volodymyr. Tomato, tomato. I want to tell you, this is Russian invasion of Ukraine, so we should be at table and our strongest ally US, and Europe too. They helped us a lot because they agree that we are really defending Europe today, and also it's about NATO. Of course there is big ocean, but if we lose, Russia will go further to Baltics and to Poland, by the way. Because Putin wants to restore USSR, it's fact. So if we lose, US will fight, it does not matter if there is ocean or not. Will you visit Ukraine? Let's not talk about that right now, lot of cities have been destroyed. No, you have to come and look, Yes, a lot of things have been destroyed, but we still have cities alive. Children go to underground schools, people work, sometimes very difficult, but Ukraine leaves and fights. Putin is sharing misinformation. When did you last talk to Putin, and what gave you assurance that he wants peace? I have done deals my whole life. I know him well. He had to suffer Biden's Russia hoax. I think he likes to see it end. Some of the rare earth is in eastern Ukraine, near front line and Russian-occupied areas. Will you direct Putin to withdraw if there is U.S. interest? We will take a look at it at time. It's big area, so we will see. What if Russia breaks ceasefire and invades again? What if I press a button and bomb drops on your head, right now? They broke it with others. But they respect me. You are aligning too much with Putin. If I did not align myself with both of them, you would never have deal. Do you really want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi Vladdy, how are we doing on the deal?" It does not work that way. I am aligning myself with US and for the good of the world. I want this thing over with. You see the tremendous hatred he has got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make deal, and I understand there is hatred on both sides. I can be as tough as my balls, but you never get deal that way, so that's how it goes. Look. For 4 years Biden talked tough. Path to peace is maybe engaging in diplomacy. Let me tell you something. After collapse of Soviet Union, Ukraine, Russia, US, UK signed Budapest Memorandum. Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons in exchange for security and territorial integrity. Putin broke that. He took Crimea and some eastern parts in 2014, and nobody stopped him, and we had bilateral conversation. Then I signed, as new president, Minsk ceasefire with Macron and Merkel, and we signed gas contract, but he broke it too, and we have been fighting for those occupied areas. Ceasefire will only work if we have security guarantees. And we also signed exchange of prisoners, but he did not do it. He hates Ukrainians. He says we do not exist. He wants to erase us. So what kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? I am talking about kind of diplomacy that will end the destruction of your country. You are disrespecting US. You are forcing conscripts. During war everyone has problems. You will feel it in future. Do not tell us what we are going to feel. You are not in good position. You do not have the cards. You are gambling with World War III. Have you said thank you once? Say thank you, or we will invade and occupy you from west, and JD, believe me, you JD. Will. Hey, what are you doing? Camera is on. We will edit it out. Right everyone? It's live. What I meant is if you say thank you, it shows that you appreciate us. And that gives us trust, which in sense could open door to sign the rare earth deal, which will let our workers take half of the rare earth we dig, which is, in sense, your security. Okay, so, have you said thank you once? A lot of times. You campaigned for opposition. I had went to factory in Pennsylvania, to thanks workers making ammunition for Ukraine. Offer some words of appreciation for US and the vice president who is trying to save your country. Please, you think that if you speak loudly, he is not. You have done a lot of talking. You are not winning this. You have chance of coming out okay because of us. We are staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We were alone. No, we gave you $350 billion. If you did not have our help, the war would have ended in few weeks. In 3 days, I have heard it from Putin. It's very hard to do business with this attitude. Say thank you and accept there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in front of camera when you are wrong. But I think people need to see what's going on. That's why I kept this going on. Is that how you treat others? You call me here to sign deal, or it was your plan from beginning to fight on camera? We could have held this press after we had talked privately. I should not have taken the bait. You are accusing me? The President of the United States of America, Panama, Greenland, Canada, Antarctica, Venezuela, Iran, Mexico, South America, South Africa, UK, Australia and New Zealand, and others of. What was it? Baiting you? The not funny clown rebel fighting Russia. Comrades, stop fighting. You are the one who should stop fighting. You invaded the Ukraine. You annexed Crimea. You broke Budapest Memorandum. And US, UK also signed the Budapest Memorandum, but did not provide Ukraine security of its territorial integrity. Don't you dare. We never said we will give you security. That was Russia. And it's not even legally binding. You were destroying Russian minorities. So there was revolution in Crimea, they became independent. Then referendum was held, and everyone voted to join Russia. And you started fighting and saying I broke Budapest Memorandum, which is more like security assurance than guarantee, and not legally binding like T says, but I still came to provide security to all the great Russians and little Russians, because you are Nazi. Stop this madness and come back home, precious little Russians, and join great Russians and white Russians, because we are one, and without you there is no triune Russian nation. Which was destroyed, and it was the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the century. Join the Soviet Union, I mean Union State. Lies. We were not hurting anyone, it all started in 2004 Ukrainian presidential election. Your puppet. Yanukovych won. It was rigged. You had bought out people, scared them. Also publicly announced your support for Yanukovych, who says we rigged election. Several reports from domestic and foreign election monitors. And people of Ukraine too, that's why there was Orange Revolution. These reports were funded by Americans, they fund people like George Soros, they are doing dirty work of CIA, under the guise of NGOs like Open Society, Freedom House and National Democratic Institution. My buttocks, they should be called, My Dream Society, House that snatched the freedom, and international democracy installer. And then innocent, but stupid civilians believed them and started protesting. Oh yeah? Then why did pro-Russian candidate lose re-election? Because these NGOs funded vote counters. The real question is why did the same guy, you are calling pro-Russian, won in 2010? You might have bought out the Central Election Commission of Ukraine, again. Everyone, including international observers, said that 2010 election was conducted fairly. Didn't you pressure Yanukovych to not sign EU-Ukraine Association Agreement, even though Ukraine's parliament had overwhelmingly approved it? And then you took advantage of the country and revolution, and your little green men, annexed Crimea, and started hybrid warfare in Donbass. Crimea was part of Russia. It was given away. And Ukraine joining EU is first step towards bringing NATO at Russian doorstep. And you were trying to join NATO. You are responsible for this war. NATO has been at Russian doorstep for a long time before we met with NATO officials, to discuss Ukraine's future as, maybe part of NATO, because Ukrainian people wanted to join NATO. You are just an expansionist clinging to bygone era. And the territories you consider lost were not yours in the first place, Russian Empire and Soviet Union conquered it. What I meant is by joining NATO, you will increase NATO-Russia border. And add one more country to the list of alliance designed to isolate Russia, by racist corporations, so they can sell weapons in the name of Russian threat. Are we not Europeans? Ukraine is not even country, it is regional dialect of Russia. We are one people, we share same culture and language. Go ahead and spell America in Ukrainian, and spell it in Russia, show me the difference. These Anglos are just trying to divide us, because that's how they can dictate the world their way. First it was British, conquering countries, colonizing them, and ruling them, and when they can't handle them, they weaken nations by intentionally drawing borders, that ensures new nations keep fighting each other. That's why Russian Empire was uniting Slavs. And after British Empire fell, it was Americans continuing their legacy, they dissolved USSR, and then NATO expanded. They are the ones using hybrid warfare to change governments and colors revolutions, and also whole of South American countries, and those wars for oil. Everyone knows about them. Russia even tried to join NATO, but it did not go anywhere. So stop believing their lies. Do you even know why they are helping you? When you are waging war on Russians, your own people, they want to destroy Great, Little and White Russians. They are happy to give you weapons in exchange for money, resources. They do not have to fight, because why would they, when they can make Russians fight each others? Spell Ukraine in Ukrainian and Russian, and you will see the difference. We have been independent country. Why were Baltic, Balkans and other countries were conquered? You want to conquer the whole world, and that's what you are doing. Today in Ukraine, you did it in Georgia, and next will be Baltics and Balkans. Ukraine will fight. No matter how many times you try to Novichok me. See, he don't want peace. I want peace, but not without security guarantees. Anything else is just a pause to gather more strength to fully annex Ukraine. Any forces of other countries in Ukraine will be considered at war with Russia. I told you, it's hard to achieve peace like this. Instead of fighting with other people's life, why don't you two fight? The one that win, takes all. That is stupidest thing I have ever heard in my life, after Biden. I am not afraid of him. I will fight for the future of Ukraine, and Ukrainians. I am ready to fight for Great, Little, and White Russians. Digging, tomato.